Did you know that researchers at Stanford University discovered that the human brain has specific programming windows throughout the 24-hour day when certain words have 400% more impact on your physical reality? According to Dr. Joe Dispenza, most people waste these neural windows by saying exactly the words that keep them trapped in the same life, day after day. In this video, you'll discover the 9 most powerful phrases to program each period of your day, compiled directly from the teachings of Dr. Joe Dispenza and Louise Hay, transforming your entire reality through the power of your words. As Louise Hay stated in her bestseller, "You can heal your life. The thoughts you choose today determine your reality tomorrow." This isn't just inspirational talk. Studies from the HeartMath Institute confirm that specific words activate measurable patterns in the heart's electromagnetic field. Deepak Chopra explains in The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success that this practice has roots in ancient traditions spanning thousands of years. And Dr. Bruce Lipton has documented measurable cellular transformations in practitioners of these techniques. According to Joe Dispenza, there are 3 fundamental secrets within this 24-hour cycle that few law of attraction practitioners know about. The first secret, present in the morning phrases, relates to the vibrational frequency your brain emits right after waking up. The second secret, in the afternoon phrases, involves the quantum state your brain naturally enters between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., as explained in his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And the third secret, the most powerful one related to the evening phrases, is so transformative that Louise Hay claimed, "If you only apply this principle, your entire life will change in less than a week." Take a moment to think. What do you usually say to yourself in the first 5 minutes after waking up? Pause for a second and reflect. As Neville Goddard taught in his lectures, your first thoughts upon awakening are the most powerful for setting the tone of manifestation for your entire day. This video will present 3 powerful phrases for the morning, 3 for the afternoon, and 3 for the evening, forming a complete 24-hour cycle that reprograms your energy field as taught by Joe Dispenza. As documented in case studies published by Dr. Joe Dispenza, people who apply just one phrase from each period begin to notice surprising synchronicities in just 72 hours. "My day is filled with infinite possibilities." This is the exact phrase that Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches in his advanced retreat to say out loud in the first 5 minutes after waking up. In his book, Becoming Supernatural, Dispenza explains that at this moment, your brain is transitioning from theta to beta state, creating a unique moment where new neural connections form with extraordinary ease. The exact technique Dispenza teaches involves repeating this phrase 3 times while placing your hands over your chest, creating a connection between the words and your heart field, amplifying the electromagnetic signal. Jim Carrey, a world-renowned actor, used a variation of this technique when he wrote himself a check for $10 million before he was famous. Years later, he received exactly $10 million for his role in Liar Liar, a story he himself has shared in multiple interviews. "I feel deep gratitude for everything that exists in my life." This phrase, taught by Louise Hay in You Can Heal Your Life, literally alters your DNA according to epigenetic research. Oprah Winfrey, who openly credits her life transformation to the practice of gratitude, documented on her show how she began writing down 5 things she was grateful for every day, even during her most challenging periods. Studies from the HeartMath Institute, published in peer-reviewed scientific journals, show that the feeling of gratitude creates a harmonious heart pattern that directly influences your personal magnetic field. "I fully trust my ability to create my reality." This affirmation, which Deepak Chopra calls a manifestation mantra in his book Creating Affluence, activates the prefrontal cortex. As explained by Dr. David R. Hamilton in The Scientific Power of Positive Thinking, this phrase creates new neural connections between the area of the brain responsible for creative thinking and the part that manages actions in the material world. To amplify this phrase, Tony Robbins teaches in his Unlimited Power program the Power Posture Technique. Stand up, lift your chin, open your chest, and breathe deeply while affirming with conviction. These 3 morning phrases establish the vibrational pattern that Dr. Joe Dispenza describes as an elevated state of being. But what happens during the critical afternoon period, when Esther Hicks explains that most people experience what she calls a vibrational drop? As Abraham Hicks states, the period between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. represents the greatest vibrational challenge of the day for most people. But Joe Dispenza revealed in his studies that this is actually a powerful quantum moment that manifestation masters use to amplify results. I have the inner strength to overcome any obstacle. This affirmation, recommended by Bruce Lipton in The Biology of Belief, reconfigures cellular response to stress. Lipton presents scientific evidence that cells respond not only to biochemical information but also to thought waves and language, especially in moments of challenge. Michael Jordan, in his autobiography, describes how he transformed failure, being cut from his high school basketball team, into fuel through daily affirmation of his ability to overcome obstacles, leading him to become one of the greatest athletes in history. I direct my energy only to what I can influence. This phrase, which Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches in detail in Chapter 7 of Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, is especially powerful between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. Dispenza explains that during this afternoon period, the prefrontal cortex is naturally more receptive to programming related to decision-making and energy allocation. The specific technique that Dispenza teaches in his workshops involves placing your hands on your temples while repeating this phrase, visualizing energy as a laser beam directed only at what really matters. Steve Jobs, as documented in Walter Isaacson's biography, rigorously applied this principle, focusing only on what he could influence and ignoring the rest. This practice allowed him to transform Apple from a failing company into one of the most valuable in the world, even while facing terminal cancer. I am open to receiving all the blessings of the universe. Louise Hay considered this the most transformative affirmation for financial reprogramming, as detailed in her book, You Can Create an Exceptional Life. Napoleon Hill, after interviewing 500 millionaires for his book, Think and Grow Rich, discovered that most people have a worthiness thermostat that automatically rejects abundance beyond a certain level. Jim Carrey, in an interview on The Oprah Winfrey Show, explained how he used a version of this affirmation daily while still an unknown comedian, visualizing himself already receiving great opportunities. It's fascinating how the discoveries of Joe Dispenza, Louise Hay, and Napoleon Hill converge at this specific point of daily programming. But it's in the nighttime period, which Neville Goddard described as the most sacred moment to re-imprint the subconscious, that the true transformation occurs. We've reached the third secret that Joe Dispenza mentions in Supernatural: programming the subconscious during the hypnagogic state at night. As Neville Goddard wrote in The Power of Awareness, the last 5 minutes before sleep are the gateway to the creative subconscious. Each challenge transforms me into a higher version of myself. This affirmation, which Michael Bernard Beckwith teaches in his Life Visioning program, prepares the brain for nighttime processing. Studies from Harvard Sleep Research Center document that during REM sleep, the brain processes the day's experiences and integrates them into the permanent self-image. Oprah Winfrey, in her book, What I Know for Sure, shares how she transformed every rejection in her career using a version of this affirmation before sleeping, converting obstacles into growth opportunities. I consciously choose my emotional responses. Dr. Joe Dispenza, on pages 127 to 142 of Becoming Supernatural, considers this phrase essential for breaking addiction to negative emotional states. Research published in the Journal of Neurochemistry shows that the brain naturally produces DMT, dimethyltryptamine, at night, creating a special state where new neural connections can be formed with extraordinary ease. The specific technique that Dispenza teaches in his advanced retreats involves placing one hand on your heart and the other on your forehead while repeating this phrase 7 times before sleep. Tom Brady, 6-time Super Bowl champion, revealed in interviews that he uses a similar technique every night, programming his mind to remain calm under extreme pressure. Sports analysts frequently cite Brady's exceptional emotional control as the differentiating factor in his multiple historic comebacks in critical games. My positive energy creates a field of well-being around me. This final affirmation, based on Lynn McTaggart's research documented in The Field, completes the 24-hour cycle. Studies published by the HeartMath Institute in peer-reviewed scientific journals show that the heart generates a toroidal electromagnetic field that extends meters beyond the physical body. As Greg Braden explains in The Divine Matrix, by programming this field before sleep, not only personal transformation occurs, but also elevation of the frequency of everyone who comes into contact with the individual. As Dr. Joe Dispenza states, These 9 phrases form a complete 24-hour programming cycle that never stops working for you even while you sleep. The case studies published by Dispenza document results that would normally take years beginning to manifest in weeks or even days. Recapping the teachings of Joe Dispenza and Louise Hay, this complete 24-hour mental programming system activates the field of possibilities in the morning, maintains elevated frequency during the afternoon, and programs the subconscious at night. As documented in Dispenza's field research with thousands of participants and published in his books, this continuous cycle creates a measurable change in the energy field that literally magnetizes new possibilities. As Wayne Dyer provocatively asked in his lectures, if you applied these techniques consistently for 30 days, what new reality would you have manifested? In the words of Louise Hay, you deserve all the good that the universe has to offer. Dr. Joe Dispenza recommends in his workshops to start by implementing just one phrase from each period in the next 72 hours, choosing the one that most resonates with your current needs. For deeper understanding, the books You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay and Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza offer complementary techniques to this system. As suggested by Esther Hicks in Ask and It Is Given, sharing intentions amplifies their power. Consider which phrase from this video speaks most directly to your current life situation. The power of these words, when spoken at the right moments of your 24-hour cycle, can literally rewire your brain's neural pathways, creating a completely new reality for you. Remember, as Dr. Joe Dispenza often says, the moment you start believing in the possibilities, you start experiencing them in reality. Your words create your world. Choose them with intention, speak them with conviction, and watch as your life transforms before your very eyes. Wow, you've tapped into the law of attraction. Feel that positive energy? This video found you for a reason. Let's amplify it together. Subscribe to manifest more life-changing content. Like to send positivity back to the universe. Share with someone you care about. You'll both benefit. Comment below with your thoughts or questions. Your engagement grows our community. Next video, I'll reveal a secret to manifest desires faster. Don't miss it. Join our vibrant community of manifestors. Let's co-create an incredible reality together. Your journey to unlimited abundance starts now. I believe in you.